You're running through the woods. Oleander, you have just escaped. You've escaped from the man who you thought was anything but a father to you until the day that he decided not so much. You're running. Can you describe Oleander for us?
Oleander is an incredibly tall and lanky ancient elf. He sits, he's still incredibly tall, but when he stands, he is about 6'7", mostly limbs at that point. He has curly, unruly, reddish hair. And he has I guess you could say a cowl that fits right above the nose that covers the bottom half of his face. He has piercing gray eyes that, even if he was smiling under the cowl, you could never tell due to the intensity, and 2 black lines tattooed down his face. He wears black to help him in the night and to help him in the forest with dark greens. Save, of course, the embroidery that is on his shoulders, as well as on, I guess you could call it a butt cape, would be the best way to describe it.
As you do.
Which is covered in white embroidery of arcane symbols and spells that he keeps close at hand. On his hips, he carries what looks to be bottles of holy water, as well as some alchemist fire, and strapped to his chest are some wooden stakes and a bow and arrow on his back. And he is running with the cape flapping in the wind as he barely looks behind him.
You can still smell the blood wafting on the air as you run and run and run, knowing that if you do turn back, it could very well mean your end. You stumble through trees, undergrowth, desperately clawing as you feel the whips of thorns cut at your clothes and your exposed skin, what little of it there is. The very late night, you see mist falling through the woods around you. The terrain under your feet starts to turn soft and wet, like a marsh or a bog that you've stumbled into. And just as suddenly you break through the mist into what look like the ruins of a small town, long abandoned. What do you do?
As soon as he has a moment to just pause, he does so, breathing heavily, holding on to his necklace for just a moment as he resituates himself. And he looks around to see exactly where he is. Head on a swivel, hand on his dagger at a moment's notice.
Go ahead and make me a perception check then. First roll of the night. First roll for Oleander.
That is a thing I can do. Where are you? Percept, you're right there.
You are out of breath. There's a stitch in your side as you look around desperately. There's ruins, and there's definitely a marsh. You can see you can see peaks of mountains in the near distance, almost like a valley that you've stumbled into, which is odd because you don't remember any mountains where you were just an hour ago. The only sign of life that you see is a very old, dilapidated building with a single candle burning in a window just outside of the ruins of this village.
Seeing that, he is going to put up his hood and start sneaking his way over to overhear any voices or anything or any signs of life. But he is doing his best to be concealed.
You do so, making your way over to this building. It's almost seems to be growing out of the stump of a giant tree that this building has been built on top of. Ramshackle. It looks like a very amateur, shoddy woods craftsmanship, but is at least sturdy. The thatched roof of it is covered in moss that hangs down from the sides.
Do I hear any voices coming from the inside, or?
Go ahead and make another secret perception check. Make up for that nat one.
Yeah.
Yeah, secret this time. So a blind GM roll.
Oh.
You know what? We'll roll with it.
Okay.
You strain your hearing. You do hear muttering, like someone speaking under their breath, as if to like maybe a pet or a person that like talks to themselves when they've been alone for too long. And you hear footsteps approaching the door of this building.
Hearing footsteps, going to find a way to conceal and hide myself.
There's a few scarecrows in a field nearby, close enough that you could go and hide behind one, probably.
He would do so.
Other than that, there's not much around, so you run behind the scarecrow just as you hear the door open, and you hear very old feminine voice call out, "Hello? I swore I heard someone out here." You peek around the scarecrow and you see this very... She seems simultaneously very old and middle-aged. There's a very clear demeanor. She holds herself like she's very old, but her face doesn't seem to have the features that you would expect from like a very old crone. Her hair is in a very messy bun that looks like a rat's nest almost, and she is draped in a very battered green cloak, just looking around as if she expected to see someone and there's no one around.
With that brief look of what I have seen of her, is it clear if she is monstrous in any way?
You could make
Arcane.
me either a lore check or a society check.
Sure.
If you have an applicable lore here.
I do. You said or society?
Yes.
Okay, they're both the same.
Generally, lore is for more specific, so if there's an applicable lore, it's usually a lower DC than a general society or Arcana similar?
Yeah, I'll do society just because I'm not the lore is very specific, but
Sure.
society,
Go for it.
please.
Eventually.
Foundry. Foundry, please. I'm clicking on you. No, please. Society. We live in a society.
We
I've
live in a
written
society.
ago. Let me try something else real quick. Oh, there we go.
You take a look at this old lady. She doesn't exhibit any characteristics that you would consider monstrous. She doesn't look like a hag or any kind of fey creature that you know sometimes masquerade as people. She just seems like an old woman.
Slowly, Oleander is going to come out from where he is, hands still on weapon.
Oh, she kind of squints her eyes, clearly seeing your movement. Is like, oh, I thought I heard someone out here. Oh, my dear, what are you doing out this far? You must be starving. Please, come in, come in.
Who are you? What was your name?
Lysaga. Lysaga is the name.
The Saga.
I'm just an old lady that's really very, very tired of dealing with people.
There's people here?
Well, not here, but a bit up the road. There's a town. But I just got so tired of all the politicking and the nosy neighbors. I just prefer to be out here on my own. Just me and my scarecrows.
Is she being truthful?
Make a sense motive.
Got it.
Secret, please.
Secret.
Secret tunnel. Secret motive.
Secret motive. Through the mountain.
As far as you can tell, there's an undercurrent of something in her statement that's maybe a little untruthful. Could just be the fact that maybe she has another reason to be out here in the middle of nowhere. Could be anything. You can sense there's like a little something she's not telling you, but the specifics of it elude you.
As much as I appreciate the hospitality, I would prefer if we talked out here.
Oh, but it's so... It's awful out here. Are you sure you wouldn't like something to drink, something to eat?
I'm quite alright, but I do appreciate the offer. Can I ask what is the name of the closest town?
Well, this place was once known as Berez, but the nearest actual civilization would be the town of Vallaki to the north.
Vallaki. I don't think I've heard of that place before.
Oh, you wouldn't. It's a middle of nowhere.
I just came from a middle of nowhere town. I don't remember. Can I roll to see if I heard of Vallaki? I doubt it, but
Yeah, that'd be a society check there too.
okay. Secret.
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 You've got a secret.
We live in a society.
The name rings a very, very distant bell of maybe somewhere from very, very, very long ago in your world's history. But it disappeared a long time ago, if it is the same Vallaki that you are thinking of.
Very odd to have stumbled here after what I've just been through.
And what was that? Oh, dear, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Not a ghost, just a couple of wolves.
Ooh, we've had a terrible wolf problem to the northwest here as well.
Is there someone that I can talk to about that?
Oh, well, I suppose the Belleviews up in Kresk might be able to give you some direction about that, but I don't see why you'd want to go looking for such filthy creatures.
I mean, it's work. Get paid, do work.
She takes a closer look at you, looks you up and down, is like, oh, you're one of those adventuring types. Yes, the Belleviews would very much like you. You'd get along like birds of a feather.
I see. Well, I do appreciate your help, Miss La Saga. And you said Vallaki is this way?
Yes, to the north. But please, really, I would feel like a terrible hostess if I didn't have you in for at least a bit of repast before you go. It's a bit of a long walk.
I've been walking for quite a while, ma'am. But I'm pretty sure a few more hours won't mind.
Oh, I insist, and I need you to make a will save.
Yeah, okay. I knew it was coming. Blind or
No, you can go ahead and
okay.
roll it out front. It will be very obvious what happens if you fail, which you do, in fact, fail. You suddenly feel, actually, yeah, that is a good idea. Why don't I come in for a drink and a meal?
I do suppose he does start heading in. Does he notice that this is something that's happening to him?
You have the controlled condition, which means that you are being moved against your will. You are very aware of what is happening to you, but you are completely incapable of stopping it as you find yourself walking into her hut, into a room that is full of the smells of incense and all kinds of alchemical solutions. You can see reagents in the windows, a small alembic in one corner. There's even a bathtub in one corner that seems to be filled with a very deep crimson viscous liquid. And you find yourself sitting down at the table against your will as the saga pours a cup of tea that I'll give you another will save here.
Okay. God. I rolled so high on that last one and they still failed.
You now feel that brief iota of resisting that you had washes away under this influence, As the tea is poured for you, you feel yourself against your will bringing it up to your lips and sipping this very lukewarm, very bitter tasting tea, and then start to feel your muscles seize up against your will. And only then do you feel the magic pull its hold off of you, although you now find yourself completely unable to move anything other than your head, your neck, and your mouth. And Lysaga sits at the table opposite you and says, "Now that's better." See, isn't this so nice? Just a little bit of hospitality. Well, no need to be a sourpuss about it. I'm being a decent host, and it's right for you to be a good guest. As she sips her own tea.
What did you do?
Oh, just a bit of herbal ointment to make sure that you don't run away before I learn more about you. I get guests so rarely, you see. Who sent you?
No one.
No one, really. You just happened to fall into Barovia completely by accident.
I was running from a situation.
Ooh, what kind of situation?
A job gone south.
Sounds like a terrible experience. Anything else you'd like to share with me?
Not particularly, since you had me do all this.
She kind of pouts, and you just see her roll her eyes, and she just says, "Oh, you're no fun at all. Such a terrible house guest. I was hoping for at least a little bit of interesting information from you, but you're so unwilling to share anything." And you see her start to play with arcane or occult magic around her fingers, this sickening purplish hue. And she says, "I'll give you one more chance to tell me something interesting before I let you go."
Would Oleander recognize a spell that she is preparing?
You could attempt. This would be an occultism check.
I do also have that feat, but I don't know if that is only for after the spell has been cast.
If you pop it in chat, I can tell you.
Okay. It is just going to do that right there. That one.
Says casts a spell, but
Okay.
I'll let you use it for here.
Okay.
It's definitely not second rank or lower, though.
Okay. So I would have to roll a call. Okay. Just wanted to double check to see if that was something I could do.
Correct.
Okay. Occult. There you are. Blind?
Yes, please. You barely recognize what this spell might be. It is... You can almost... The thing that gives it away is you can almost hear musical notes coming from her hand. A spell called Canticle of Everlasting Grief, which is a very powerful and very dangerous curse.
What interesting thing do you want to know?
Well, you just have the look of someone who sounds like more than just a job gone wrong. You look like someone who's been betrayed from the very depths of his soul.
It wasn't I that was betrayed. Quite the opposite.
And yet, you carry such pain in your heart, I can tell. A shame when the people that we love hurt us in ways that we never expected.
It was justified. I did, in fact, lie to him, so it is understandable.
Understandable in such a way that you had to run for your life.
Yes, I would have been with the pack had I not run.
I'm curious. Curious to see what it looks like when a man breaks from grief. And you see the magic leave her fingertips directly toward you. And I need another will save from you.
Okay. I even roll a natural 20. Am I even gonna resist this? We'll never fucking know.
That is a critical failure.
Jesus.
You feel this melody enter your mind, and grief crashes down upon you. You feel the inevitable loss of everything that you have ever cherished. And you are going to take
Oh my god!
59 mental damage.
I live, bitch! Jesus!
By the skin of your teeth, you feel yourself teetering on the edge of consciousness. And you see a flicker of... You don't know if it's impressed or if it's upset, but a flicker of something passes over Lysaga's face as she says, "Oh, stronger than I thought. Didn't quite break. But we can change that." And you
As
feel
she's-
the room... Go ahead.
As she does that, can I do... I believe it's called Leech Vitality? You know the thing. That thing.
That thing. Does it require a somatic component?
No. I'm going to check. Tap Vitality. No.
You can just... Let me see. Vitality Lash. It does have the manipulate trait, which means that you need to be able to do something, I believe. But I'll give it to you as the moment just you feel this is like a last ditch of your body lashing out. So yeah, go ahead and cast the spell.
Okay, so I'm level 6, so that is currently that much. Okay.
So you recover 24 HP. You feel yourself being brought back from the brink, but even then, this curse, this feeling of anguish does not relinquish its hold upon you. And you are still stuck there. Essentially, what it does is it gives you enough ability to be aware of your surroundings as you feel the floor move under you. You feel as if the building itself is starting to stand up, and you feel yourself slip out of the chair, and your eyes look up towards the ceiling, where you see a woman nailed to the ceiling with blood dripping down from her into the bathtub in the corner. And Lysaga just says, I wish you hadn't struggled. It's going to make this so much more painful. And you feel her reach into your mind and squeeze. And you feel consciousness fade for what you know instinctively is the last time. And there's only darkness. An interminable amount of time passes until you suddenly feel again. You see again. The very, very faint light of a campfire swims into view. You're no longer in the hut, but in front of a warm campfire in what is assumedly the middle of the night, surrounded by tents, and the sound of life, of people, of the sound of clinking bottles, the sound of a violin gently floating, and you hear a very boisterous, loud, but at the same time gentle male voice say, "Oh, easy traveler. You might feel a little off, but don't worry, you're safe now, wherever you were before."
Immediately, hands going to neck. Do I feel any puncture wounds?
Nothing.
Nothing.
You're wearing your clothes, although you can feel from the lightness that most of your effects are not at your waist.
It's my dagger. My oh no!
When you reach for your neck, you're searching for puncture marks, but then you pull your hands down and you realize your necklace is no longer there.
That son of a bitch.
But you also do not feel the weight of a dagger. You don't feel any of your implements. No bow on your back, no arrows. Just you and the clothes on your back.
Oleander is immediately like on the defense, immediately just like sitting up, hands raised like in a deep, like ready to strike, just fucking.
You look across the campfire where you heard the voice come from, and you see a jovial-looking man with auburn hair, just like holding his hands up with a very gentle smile on his face. He's like, "Easy, easy, don't worry. No one here means you any harm. We just took your things from you to make sure that you wouldn't accidentally try and stab someone, that's all. Your things are right over there," and he points next to one of the tents. You can see a small pile of your belongings.
What do these people look like?
I'd say you would very easily recognize them. if for nothing else other than the man who taught you, these are Vistani.
Knowing that they're Vistani, it does put him at ease, and he gets up and he goes and starts putting his stuff on. Where did you find me exactly? How did I get here, and what's next?
There's a few ways to answer that question, but I think that Madame Eva is probably the best one to answer that question for you.
Is she head here?
Yes, she is indeed.
Alright. I guess I will go see her then. Thank you. What's your name?
Squada.
Thank you. He'll finish putting on his stuff and will... Is his necklace there or not?
It is not.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That cheeky motherfucker.
He points you to the largest tent that is in this encampment. You actually see that it looks like they're in the process of starting to pack up. You know the Vistani are a nomadic people, but they don't ever stay in one place for very long. The signs that they've been here for probably longer than they ever really intended to be, but have to move on eventually. The only exception being this tent that he's sent you to, which is... you can see candlelight emitting from within, and the smell of a much more pleasant incense than the last one you remember. So come in. You hear another old matronly voice, but this one is much gentler than the one that just murdered you.
If I don't come in, are you gonna make me? Or can I, use my own 2 damn feet to get inside?
Of course. I would never take anything from you that you would not willingly give.
I don't like that. He's gonna walk in.
You walk in to see a very richly adorned tent, table in the middle with various what you would recognize as divinatory implements. What looks like tea, crystal ball, a deck of cards. And behind the desk, behind the table, you see a very, very old woman who is just like, if the wrinkles on her face sagged anymore, they would fall off her face. But she is wearing a rich velvet crimson cloak that just sits over her head, and she gives a very bright, genuine smile as you enter and says, "Ah, Oleander, pleasure to see you in the physical. Well, please come sit down. I imagine you have many questions."
Yeah, I do. And he's gonna walk in. He's gonna check the chair. Is there anything on the chair that could keep him there? Nothing like that.
It's just a chair.
Look, I don't like you. And he's gonna sit down. All right, I'm sitting.
Well, I imagine the first question you'll have is how you came to be here. And, well, the answer is very simple. You were dead, and I brought you back.
I figured that was probably the case. Resurrection and spooky shit like that.
Took it much better than the last people.
I mean, I've seen people die and then come up in weird ways. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Honestly, I could do a whole entire research paper. Anyway, that's besides the point. Other people. Sorry, I nerd.
Let's just say I have a vested interest in what has been happening in Barovia for quite some time. And I think that the individuals that I brought could use a little help. They found themselves in a bit of a pickle more than once.
Ah, so I'm to assist a group of individuals defeat something, I'm guessing?
Well, that is entirely up to you. You may, of course, leave if you wish. No one is going to force you, least of all me. But you may find it difficult to leave the realm of Barovia without a little help. The one who rules this place is not wont to release those from her grip so easily.
So she has an ability here that keeps folks in areas that she deems appropriate, correct?
The entire realm is her land, and no one enters or leaves without her consent. The Vistani have carte blanche to leave whenever we so please, but unfortunately it does not extend to any of our guests.
I see. Well, this group of individuals, do you have their names, their occupations, what they do?
I believe they go by the name the Forget-Me-Nots these days. But if you are going to search them out and assist them, which again would be entirely your choice if you choose to do so, I would see what the cards have to hold for you before you do.
Oleander just gets like fucks off. No.
Peace.
Oh, I don't have to help them anyway. Thanks for the revive. We're gonna go now. All right. If this is a part of the job, then yeah, I'll take a fortune.
She slowly nods. You see her wave a hand, and the candlelight starts to dim all around you. She takes the deck of cards, which you recognize as a Taroka deck, and starts to shuffle it. Puts it down in front of her, closes her eyes, and when she opens them again, all you see is the whites of her eyes. Not as if they have rolled back into her skull, but as if there is no iris or pupil there at all. You see her reach, pull a card from the top of the deck, and place it down. You see the card, the Mist. And she says, Vistana wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. Seek her out in the sun's holy place, where its rays once shone from the peak above the mist. And the candlelight slowly comes back to its full brightness, and she blinks, and her eyes are back to normal.
What was that name?
I will DM it to you real quick.
Oh, thank God.
Well, shorter than the last one I did, but no less truthful regardless. We will probably not stay in this place for long if you them to see us again for any reason, but I am sure our paths will cross eventually.
I mean, based on the fact that you are a soothsayer, I have no doubt that what you say will hold truth.
Is there any other thing that you would like to know of me that I could possibly tell you?
Yes, just a couple of questions. So they're here. Do you have any words of advice on handling this group?
Play nice. And do not take it personally if they don't. And
What?
perhaps stay your bow from what you may think is the most immediate threat.
Alright. What is their biggest threat at this current moment?
Well, there is always the lady of this land, Strahda. She is, of course, the villain of the story. As far as what they are facing now, I believe werewolves and vampires and the like.
Well, that is something that I know plenty about, so I can at least assist them in that way. What is something that should be avoided with this group?
If you play nice with the rats, they will accept you.
They have a pet rat, understood. And then
You see her smile as though laughing at a joke that only she understands.
alright. Will do. One last thing. Helping them out benefits you how?
God, I can't give away all my secrets, can I?
No. It's always good to ask. Always know that there's ulterior motives at play no matter what, but I understand.
Rest assured it will cause no distress to you or your new companions. I merely wish to see this place no longer under the pall of despair that it currently suffers under.
Valaki's here, correct? Like, this is where Vallaki is.
Yes,
Okay. How long ago did it disappear, from what I know?
hundreds of years.
Okay. So not too terribly long. Thank you. One last question, I'll be on my way. Where the fuck do I find them?
Perhaps your card will show you the way. It is as good a place to start as any.
Alright. Well, I thank you for your sight and your time, and you're not paralyzing the shit out of me, so, you know, good on you. I guess I will be leaving. Thank you for at least not killing me again. That'd be great. And thanks. And he's gonna get up awkwardly, adjust his cowl.
She just waves with one hand, bedecked in many rings as you leave. Adjust your kit, and set off into the darkness.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and track him, following the card and also tracking.
It takes a few days, but following rumors passing farmers and what you remember from the saga, you guess that the best place probably is going to be the Abbey of the Bellevues in Kresk. Kresk, the town, is not the most open, but you do find a back route to the Abbey through the mountains to the north, which is especially cold. And as you head toward the Abbey from the woods, a storm starts to kick up very quickly, very viciously. By the time that you reach the Abbey, an enormous thunderstorm is going on, and lightning is cracking everywhere. You walk into a site of what looks like devastation. You see a number of what must be the Bellevues with a number of monster corpses in front of them in the mud. And beyond them in a yard, you see a group of who can only be the Forget-Me-Nots, judging by what you've heard of them.
There's a rat there.
There is a rat man. You see them all currently looking at a red-haired woman on the ground being stalked over by what is very clearly a vampire in an orange dress with a mask on. And before you can even take a step, you see materializing out of the shadows another woman, vampire, who grabs the other vampire's arm, pulling it back so far that you can, across the yard, hear the audible crack of a bone snapping. And before your eyes, you watch as the orange-dressed vampire starts to disintegrate before your eyes into ash that is swiftly carried away by the thunderstorm. You see the tall, imposing female vampire look at everyone, including you, with a look of pure rage and malice on her face before she takes a step and as if she was never there. But you seem to have found the Forget-Me-Nots. And I think at that point, that's where I'll say, hello everybody, and welcome back to another terrible Friday evening in Barovia. I am your game master for the evening, Jonathan Kenny. These are the Forget-Me-Nots. Along with our new recruit, Oleander, who is apparently going to join under very auspicious or inauspicious circumstances.
We'll see about
Still
that.
go. I can still leave.
You
Not
can
run.
indeed still leave. But we'll jump back in because that is exactly where we left off last time. With the Forget-Me-Nots watching Countess Strahda von Zarevich dusting a vampire thrall, looking at everyone, and then disappearing as if she was never there.
How
Can we
bad off is
talk
Ireena?
now?
Ireena, she's not looking great, but she's not on death's door anymore, thanks to Clara.
As soon as Strahda is gone, Clara snaps attention to Ireena and she runs over. She starts checking her over, making sure she's okay.
She does have some very deep stab wounds in her stomach.
I do start taking care of those.
Yeah, Ireena is going to run over and hold Ireena as Clara is taking care of her wounds.
She is grimacing in a lot of pain and just like grabbing on to Reyna's arm so tightly that even though you are much stronger than her, you can feel the nails digging into your arm. You can tell that she is in a lot of pain.
It's okay, my love.
There is no like emotion on Clara's face. This is business. We are
While
working.
you guys are doing that, the rest of the party.
Can the rat look around just to like?
I was
see if there's any
about to
markings?
say you look around and you hear and see Cloven Bellevue pointing his weapon and say, "Who goes there?" And pointing it at this very tall-looking elf in black clothes, wearing a cowl across the bottom half of his face.
How close is he to Ireena right now?
Probably 100 feet away. He's actually like outside of the yard, where you can see the Bellevues were taking care of their own cadre of monsters outside of the abbey.
All right, Ireena is going to see him and shout, "I think we have another."
Spoon.
What do you do,
Bang!
Oleander? Oleander dies.
We
GG.
kill him.
Rip. Fucking.
Somebody shoot him.
He like kind of holds up his hands.
I have like an arrow cocked and ready to fire.
Claire's not
was-
even looking at him. She's busy. I'm fucking busy.
Show yourself.
What?
Show yourself. Come.
He steps forward. I was brought here by Madam Ava.
Bullshit.
Would you like to cast a truth spell on me? I am telling the truth.
I don't have one of those.
How
look at
can
him.
I?
Cyrus!
Can I look at him? Like, look
Show
at him?
your face.
Yeah, you can go ahead and look at him.
I'm looking.
Without looking up,
Can you pop
Claire's
the
just
thing
like,
in there again?
Yeah, I don't actually know if he's close enough for me to look at him.
I'll
get
get
close.
within to let you do the looking.
yeah. Without looking up, Clara just is like, Cyrus! If you can, deal with it. Figure it out.
He kind of looks over at the voice and just kind of blinks.
You see this this small humanoid rat that you would recognize as a rat folk look at you for like a solid minute without blinking.
Why is the rat looking at me like that?
His name is Asta.
Okay, why is Asta looking at me like that?
Shut up.
He's not blinking.
Hold on,
go
hold
ahead
on.
and make an occultism check.
He's not blinking.
I'll do it, I'm sorry. Oh, sweating.
This rat is sweating a lot. I'm confused.
It's raining! Oh, fuck, it's not a secret. Ah, fuck.
It's okay, I don't see.
Well, I mean, it's against your deception DC, which is 19, so that is a success. What do you want to know about Oleander?
One, I want to know if they're friendly.
You just want to know all the stuff.
I want the shit. Give me the juice.
Indifferent attitude, I think, unless you would say otherwise, Oleander.
Indifferent.
Um,
Suspicious.
what's your emotional state?
Suspicious.
Suspicious?
On guard, just like I don't know these people.
The only thing that does pop out to your eye is that he is currently suffering some kind of curse. But
Okay.
nothing that suggests that he is hostile toward you or in any kind of bad mood.
Still with the lantern light shining at him, I will like throw my voice back and be like, he's not actually an enemy. It's okay. I think.
You think?
Well, not like. Well, I mean, not one of them, but like, I think we're okay for now. Not a threat. Why did you come through the back end though? Like, there's like a front door. Like, there's the city. Like, how did you even know to come through? Like, there's like werewolves. Well, not even. What are you doing here?
I was told by Madam Ava to find you to help you accomplish your goal. The forget-me-nots, is that what you're called?
Sometimes.
And I was told to be nice to you, which I don't see why I wouldn't, but alright.
Walk forward.
Aw, did she really say that? Wait, yeah, walk forward.
Hands up.
My hands are up.
Sorry, the elves' hands are up.
Just like
The
looking
Bellevues
over
are
and-
also giving you like bombastic side eye right now.
That's valid. That's valid. A weird guy with a cowl walks in.
But they seem content to let forget-me-nots deal with you.
Why are you hiding
has
your
he got-
face?
What?
What?
Many people spoke. What?
Jess, what were you saying?
You go first.
Why are you hiding your face?
The same reason why people tend to hide their real stuff behind fake masks.
That is not going to fly here.
Was that a metaphor?
No, I mean quite literally. A lot of people hide stuff by exuding something. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off point.
Oh, you mean like her and her, and sometimes me, but mostly them. So also you?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Seems like this is a running thing here. That's fine by me. I'm Oleander. Pleasure to meet you all. I see you're in a bit of a rough spot right now, so I don't want to intrude.
How
Yeah.
close have you gotten to Reina and the redhead that's healing via Clara?
I'm like probably about 20 feet.
Great. Reina's gonna throw a dagger at him.
Okay.
I'm gonna catch it.
Well, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Roll with your whole chest, sonny boy.
Wow, that is exactly Oleander's AC.
Yeah.
Meets beats, baby!
Meets does in fact beats.
I
Although,
haven't had the
why
chance to
don't-
cast the spell yet.
Why don't you
so...
have any armor on?
Because I am
Made that
unarmored
mistake, too.
defense.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be the
Okay,
same
yeah,
amount of AC whether I
okay.
had it on or off. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, so go ahead and roll damage. Oleander tries to catch it, but instead it just like pierces through your hand.
Yeah. He kind of takes it. So now I have a dagger.
You need to leave.
No, Reina, wait. Why? First of all, Reina, why are
We
you?
don't trust people around here. We cannot
Well,
trust
no.
someone who came off of the streets into this abbey.
Okay, but like we literally, it's been like a day since we had
you-
that conversation about trust.
Reina,
so
you feel
I think we're working on that. I'm sorry.
you feel Ireena's hands grasp around you again, just like a flex to like draw your attention, and she just says, through the pain as Clara is healing her, just like, Madam Ava sent him. Are you? We should at least hear him out.
How do we know he's not lying?
How many people know about us and Madame Ava, or you and Madame Ava, rather?
I don't trust him.
I'm not saying you have to trust him, just don't immediately throw daggers at him. Kind of giving a little chuckle even through the pain.
It's
Well-
a little too late for that, isn't it?
Well, just don't do any more. I'm sorry about my girlfriend. She's
Isn't it-
very protective.
No worries, it's now my dagger.
Clara will look up from where she finishes bandaging Ireena.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else take a hit? Not
I mean,
you.
just now.
I see that. I see that, dear. But I'm talking
think
about
just you.
something a little bit more serious. That is a
Everyone else
big
is actually
ouchie,
pretty well.
baby.
I didn't get
Alright,
hit.
that is a terrible ouchie. And maybe if you were actually my friend, I would give it a little kiss and make it better, but I don't know you yet.
It's alright, there's enough time for that. And he, like, pulls it out and puts it in his pouch.
Oh my
Um,
gosh! Do you want me to bandage that? That you're gushing. It's
Aster-
on the floor.
Whoa.
Stay back.
Did you just point a? Why are you pointing fingers at me?
Telling you to stay back. This person
I walk
do
up.
not know.
I walk up to Oleander.
I grabbed the back
I
of your
ju-
collar.
You want a sunflower seed? Ugh.
Oh!
Um,
Alright. I mean, I'll have one later,
I
I
think,
guess.
Clara, as all this is going on, and you're like looking around for like who else needs healing, you see Ezmerelda coming out of the main building of the Abbey.
Where the secret staircase was.
Maybe.
Is it where the secret?
Are you muted?
We didn't hear anything you just said.
Yeah, you're muted.
Fuck me, my was dying.
Okay, I
My
can hear you now.
headphones fucked up. Mm-hmm.
Me too. That's
Want to try it again?
Yeah. 1 second.
We can hear you now.
These are...
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I like that. Most of us, Cork, put their hands up.
I'm having technical difficulties.
You're fine, we can hear you.
I think
1 second.
She can't hear us now.
Oh.
No, I can hear you.
Oh,
Oh, then
okay.
we're fine. The
Yeah,
two-way
then there's no
street's
technical
connected.
difficulties.
Both ends, bestie.
there-
We're good.
There it goes
Oh,
again.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
I spoke too soon. Can I do the ye old mirror trick with Oleander that I did with the shy?
you
What?
do. His
Oh.
reflection is there.
Sus. All right.
Nope, you're gone
Oh,
again.
never mind. Never mind.
You're gone
What the
again.
fuck are you doing?
Laura. Shy, are you still holding the back of my?
Mm-hmm.
Can I try to get out?
You can certainly try.
I mean, you could just like drop your jacket
It's raining though. I don't want to
There we
get
go.
wet.
there.
You're already
now I
wet.
can
We're
hear you,
soaking
Clara.
wet. We're
I have a
soaking
hood
wet.
on. If I
Let's
take the
go fix
jacket
your
off,
We
headphones.
can hear you now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear
What were you saying about Ezmerelda?
you.
I just give her a knowing look, like, I know exactly what you fucking did while we were all fighting for our lives, and I hope you found something good.
She looks a little disturbed, actually. She sees you
I
look
give
at her like a knowing look, and she's just kind of like shakes her head.
I just mouth at her. Later.
She nods, mouths back later.
Can Oleander look over to where she's looking?
Yeah, you see a young Vistani woman who's not nearly as wet as everyone else. Mostly you see her illuminated in a sudden flash of lightning. Long, curly brown hair, clearly Vistani, wearing Vistani clothes, with a prosthetic leg. And what looked like 2 scimitars at her side.
Alejandra just kind of stares.
She either doesn't notice you looking or is just distracted at the moment.
That's fine. Ow. Sorry. And he turns back. What can I do? I don't. I'm not gonna get any closer because
Okay.
a hand to.
Here's what we're going to do. We are going to go inside where it is not raining. We are going to make sure nobody is bleeding out because we were all just in a giant monster attack and I don't know what happened to the rest of this abbey. And then we're going to have some tea and figure out what the fuck just happened because a vampire got vaporized right in front of us and that's pretty weird. So let's go inside. Huh? You
Vampires
stay
tend to.
where we can see you.
Yes. Sorry.
Can Ashai, you said last time that she was all ashes except for her mask fell down into the...
Yes.
Can I grab that and tuck it into my belongings?
Sure. You notice that the sword is not there.
Reyna's gonna bridal carry Ireena inside.
What, sword?
The dagger. Your sword.
Oh, fuck! Did she have it?
Yes. She
I
was
missed that
stabbing.
too.
She was stabbing Ireena with the God Killer sword. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Oh
I
my-
didn't
how
know
did I
that.
Wait,
miss
she
that?
was?
I didn't know that. I thought you
missed
said the
that.
dagger was like somewhere else in Barovia.
I thought you said it was
No.
in the Amber Temple.
No, she's
Yeah,
had that
or
the
the
entire
castle.
time.
She
You're
said the
thinking
whole
about
time?
something else.
Well,
Yes.
She
All
said
of us
we have
missed
it
that.
now?
Okay. Well,
You
Yeah,
know what?
I dig
I
through the
blame the
ashes
redhead.
for a minute.
Hey,
Which
I blame
one?
the red-
Which one?
All of,
There's now
all of
two.
them.
don't you dare.
There's
Understandable.
three. There's three. I'm
Oh, yeah.
technically.
I mean, you got red fur, not red hair. There's a difference.
Well, I have orange fur.
gingers.
I have red floof.
Oh.
It's a toupee.
You know, for the least the least populous hair color, it always seems like gingers attract other gingers, and I don't know why that is.
Hmm.
Wherever you find
That's
one
so
ginger,
crazy.
you're gonna find another.
We
at least.
congregate. We have
It's true.
meetings once a month.
It's true.
Yeah.
Gingergate.
You all make your way into
Make 'em away.
into the side building of the abbey. The Bellevues kind of take a look, and Cloven comes up and says, I guess to probably Clara, we'll let you decide if this new friend is someone you should be keeping around or not. If you need to dispose of him, let us know. We'd be glad to help.
Clara will giggle at that, and she'll just give him a quiet smile.
Oleander, well, do you want me to make you work for it, or do you want it to be easy if it comes
Not
to that?
right now. Not right now. This is
No, I'm just asking for preference. I just want to know.
You go sit down. Go sit down. Clara.
I think
Clara
that we
will-
should all get some rest.
Thank you, Oven.
At least we don't have to worry about that vampire anymore, so...
Yes. Rest assured that if they pose any type of danger, we won't let them remain within the walls. I promise you that.
Much obliged. And he...
Can't use my keyboard anymore.
That's unfortunate. He heads into the main building of the abbey.
I can now use my keyboard again.
Fair. You all go into the barracks area, getting as not wet as possible. I imagine Reyna puts Ireena down. on
Reyna
one of
puts
the beds,
Ireena
yeah.
down and like starts taking her clothes off, her wet clothes off, to sit by the fire.
She kind of like blushes and just like grabs your hand and just looks with her eyes at the rest of everyone.
You can't very well sit in wet clothing.
Fine. Fine.
Use the blanket for cover if you need.
You help her get into some dry clothes.
Yeah.
She's moving around better now that Clara has treated her. She's still, like, gingerly touching her abdomen, but there's no longer a hole.
Ginger?
Yes. Get out. Just get
I'm gonna
out.
say it, and I didn't.
I'll go.
You all get into dry clothes, and Ezmerelda also shows up.
Oleander is just looking at her for a moment before he just kind of blinks and
At this point, I think she probably notices you if you've been staring at her again. She just kind of narrows her eyes with a questioning look at you. Doesn't say anything.
Well, questions. You have questions.
Should I tie this one to the chair?
Prefer if
Bedpost?
you didn't.
Why are you so tall?
Oh my god, you can't
Why are
just
you
ask
so
people why they're
furry?
so
Leave them
tall.
alone.
Genetic.
You know what? You're right.
Where are you from?
What do
I don't
these mean?
remember.
What do
What
you
do
mean
these
you don't
ones
remember?
mean?
As in, I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, I am from Earth. Is that how you pronounce that?
Sure.
That. But like, city-wise, it wasn't important information to remember, so I just forgot it.
Does that ring any kind of bells? Can you spell
For
it?
you, probably not. Oerth.
Does that
What
ring bells
about
for anybody?
Reina?
Reyna could make a society check.
We live in.
Society.
A society.
What
Multiple
about the
societies.
rat? Does the rat know what Orth is? The rat? What if this was my
You're
voice as a
all
rat?
incorrigible.
If that was you as a rat, I'd put you down.
Hi, Master.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Do you want some facts?
Did it do it?
Yes, it did.
Okay,
It does ring a bit of a bell. You've maybe been there once or twice. A very... I wouldn't exactly say underdeveloped, but it's definitely a lot more of a... It's less advanced than other worlds that you visited, like Faerun or Exandria. The origin of a lot of legends about certain adventurers types and legendary beings, like you one of the names that you recognize from that world, the archwizard Mordenkainen was from Earth. But other than that, it's not a place that you visited very often, so you don't know too much about it. But it is like a place that you are aware of. He's not lying about. He's not just fabricating something out of thin air.
I relay that to the group.
Well, I mean, I grew up basically in the woods, so we can't really fault them for that.
How did you come to be here?
Well, I was running into the woods, and then I got caught up in mist, and then I ended up in a place where a woman named Lysaga dominated my mind and then attempted to kill me and failed, so then she had to do it harder the second time. Then I died, then I was resuscitated, then Madame Ava decided to give me a fortune, and now I'm here.
Oh, I got
Wait.
torn apart by wolves.
I had the blood drained
Her-
from my body.
Not like in a sexy way.
Well,
A little
Are
bit.
you saying they tried to kill you the first time
Not
and it didn't
sexy
work,
if
so
there's
they
no
killed you
consent.
harder?
She attempted to kill me, but it didn't work because I live, bitch. And then she did it.
That's not a nice word.
And then she did it again by basically reaching into my mind and squeezing it to death. You know, the simple things in life.
Like a really aggressive migraine.
What did
She
you do?
basically gave me like a magical aneurysm, I suppose you could call it.
It's an
just a
aneurysm.
little
No,
lobotomy.
I'm a medic. I
A
know that.
lobotomy moment.
It was a
casual
magical
lobotomy.
lobotomy. It was a magical.
No, if it was
Somebody
a
get me a
lobotomy,
nice pic.
he'd still be alive. He'd just be a little.
No,
Gorp.
plenty of people died from lobotomies.
It happens, but you could technically survive a lobotomy. It
What
would be a
did
nice
you-
existence.
Do before you came here. What is your profession?
I'm a hunter.
Of elk, fish, what?
Rats.
No,
Features.
not of rats.
Vampires.
Of wolves and such.
And such.
Nobody who gets dragged into Barovia is only a hunter.
Are we talking like regular wolves or like? He gives like a very knowing look towards everyone and you.
Yes.
Just regular wolves.
No.
Werewolves.
Yeah.
Well, you're a bit late for the werewolves.
I was told beforehand that there was a little bit of a werewolf problem. Thought I'd be able to help, but I came in a bit too late. So now I'm here, I suppose, to help you in the way that I can, and I am at your service, I suppose. Ish.
You can sleep somewhere else tonight.
Raina smirks at that.
All right. Person who is clearly the leader of the group. What is your name? And he looks at Clara.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair.
Yeah, no one's
I
gonna argue with
respect
that.
I respect
You're correct.
Everyone
Clara
just says,
just-
yeah.
Clara looks at him, and then she kind of looks at the rest of them.
Aster's
Right?
like,
We're all just like,
Me?
I couldn't possibly find
him.
I couldn't possibly find him. Yeah, we did just meet you. So like we're probably not going to trust you yet.
My name
That's
is
all right.
There's a
Ireena.
lot.
My name is Ireena.
Pleasure to meet you, Ireena. As I've said, my name is Oleander.
Raina glares at Ireena.
I'm
Clara.
glad to see that you are up. It looked like you took quite the hit.
That's putting it mildly. It's
I am
probably
Clara.
more likely to say that I was almost eviscerated.
Well,
Our
it
But I'm
enemies-
better
seems
now.
One of
Good.
our enemies wanted her dead more than anything. And I just put a lot of work into making sure that didn't happen. So,
you're quite powerful.
if you undo any of that work, or if you undo any of the work I have put in with my other friends, Madame Eva's going to have to bring you back again. So,
Clara, is that your name?
yes.
Okay. Clara. Why would I, a elf with a bow and arrow, want to take on 5 people on my own who clearly have shown prowess on the field when I clearly am outmatched. I know that you might have run into many non-intelligent individuals, but I can assure you that I am at least somewhat intelligent enough to know when I'm outmatched.
Toxic
Yes.
masculinity.
Yes, you are Phrasma's special little boy. I'm so sure. But
Who's special little boy?
don't worry about it. Don't worry about
Understood.
it. Listen, we have faced, since we woke up in this land, deception after deception. A lot of people in this world, in this country, want us gone because of who we are, because of what we are, because of what we think. We can't afford to trust willy-nilly, even if it seems logical, because that's how we end up getting run out of town.
But I
So-
can assure you, I'm not from this land, and I don't have those biases, so for the
She's-
time...
She's not making a metaphor, by the way. We did actually get run out of Vallaki.
Oh, Vallaki, okay. What was the reason?
You know,
Reyna looks
Racism?
looks at a shy.
It was racism.
Racism, the worst part. Okay. Sure.
since Reyna looked at a shy, does that draw your gaze to a shy as well? Oleander?
Yeah.
Make me an occultism check.
Sure.
We live in a cult.
We definitely live in a cult.
I mean,
Some
we
of
live
us
in a
did,
cult.
okay?
it's a
called
found family, not a
capitalism.
cult.
Who's the head of the family?
Your mother.
I think we all battle for
prob-
that every day.
Yeah. I mean, my
blind,
In a
instinct
big
is
long
to say
pissing
Reyna.
contest.
Yes, blind, please.
But
blind, understood. There you go.
if we were a little family, Reyna would be the dad.
Yeah.
You-
Absolutely.
The wine ant.
I'm
No,
gonna whisper
Prospero is
something
the
to
white
you
Whisper something to me. Okay.
in the game.
In the game.
Reyna's absolutely the dad that forces you to be at the airport 3 hours before the flight.
Stop. Are you
You
also the
little-
dad that's like, there's McDonald's at home?
Yeah, and also
No!
yes, and also the dad that's like, you're like, I'm hungry, and I'm like, hi, I'm Reyna.
Ew!
Clara is the grandmother that sneaks you a bunch of sweets, even though your parents specifically said you're not supposed to have any sugar, and she lets you see a PG-13 movie, even though you're not 13 yet.
I love
It's
being
like, what-
But
what's
it's
a
but
baby
it's
child
just the
in this.
strawberry candies.
I have those right now in my possession.
I love
on-
those.
in my room.
Can I have
Give
one?
them to me.
Yeah.
What is
absolutely.
what is the demeanor of everyone else besides a shy?
The Dementor?
What the hell did you
The-
say?
yes.
Like towards you?
Just in
Or just in
general, like
general.
what is the demeanor? Like what are the vibe checks?
Reyna is panicking over Ireena right now. Like
Okay.
fussing with her, making sure she's comfortable.
Ireena,
That's like her main goal right now.
Ireena is giving the vibe of like she's getting over the fact that she was just stabbed multiple times in the abdomen, but you can tell she's like trying desperately to give you a chance that no one else is.
What are the vibes of the beautiful woman in the Vistani robes?
She looks a little disturbed. Though she's hiding it very well. She definitely gives the vibes of like, I have information that I need to tell you guys, but we need to deal with this first.
Gotcha. Seeing that no one is concerned about Ashai, he is going to continue to status quo this.
I see.
Listen,
Do
these
you-
people, are the only thing I have been able to count on since I was taken from my home. I am going to protect them with everything I have. We are all going to do that for each other. So, if you are like us in time, we will welcome you. But for now, to protect ourselves, let's say you're on probation. Huh?
Well, I'm here to do a job, and once the job is over, I will be leaving you, so that's fine.
If you really do become one of us, I don't think it's going to be that easy to get rid of us. But we'll see how
Well,
things go.
it's quite clear that you wish not for anyone else to be here, but with Madame Ava kind of shoving me and shooing me over here, we'll keep this purely business. I'm here to help you with your thing, and then once we are done, we can split our ways, and that is totally fine by me. I do believe that this lovely woman behind me has something that she wants to say, so I'm going to quiet and let her speak what she needs to say.
And we will do that after we take a quick 10-minute break. We'll see you back in 10. Welcome, Oleander. See you in 10.
I love the like.
and welcome back. So, having made a decision, sort of, about Oleander, Oleander brings your attention to Ezmerelda, who does in fact look a little hesitant, but just kind of like looks around and is like, yes, well, we could put it off till later if you prefer, but I don't know.
No, I mean, you wanted to go talk about contraceptives. Let's go talk about that. Come on. And I grab her hand and I walk away.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't mean to make it awkward, and walks away with Clara.
Sometimes fighting makes people horny.
I know that one.
Ireena! And
No.
Ireena
sorry.
slaps Ireena on the elbow.
Sorry.
I've just been possessed by the spirit of Laura Bailey on this night.
That's
You
fair.
really have.
So Clara drags
That's
Ezmerelda outside the room. What are the rest of you doing while they go and have a chat?
I walk over to Ireena and ask to look at her. Can I see where your wounds were?
Yes, sure. And she pulls up her nightie. There's
like
some
That the way you phrased that.
her nightie, her nightgown.
The fuck
Her
is a
night
90?
dress,
Anyway,
her
continue.
dressing gown.
Continue.
Her moo?
Yeah.
That's like the least sus thing I've said in this game, but sure, go off.
Continue.
I don't
Ireena's
like
so sexy in
90.
her moo.
She would be,
And her
but
and her granny panties.
Granny
I'm
Betty
Granny
moo-moo.
Betty.
on.
She pulls up her shirt and shows you there's some pretty terrific scarring. Although Clara has worked her magic and closed them up.
I've closed over most of them, but they're still a bit tender, and there's a couple
Sure,
of
yeah,
shallow
yeah.
cuts left because I was tapped.
Mm-hmm.
You see a shy just kind of like holding her neck.
Why?
Just the dagger she used. It is what killed me. I was curious if it left any kind of marks.
Well, I don't feel any different than if I'd been stabbed with some other kind of weapon, I think. I don't know, I feel, and she like turns around and looks at her back, and you see there are scars on her back as well. Like it went all the way through her. yeah, that's gonna be tender. Ooh.
Well, I am glad you are okay.
Me too, thanks to Clara. Looks at the door where she's just left.
I will leave you two alone. I walk away. I leave the room.
Awkwardly. Are you going anywhere in particular, or just leaving?
Somewhere to sit alone and pull out that mask I took.
Yeah, sure. Well, we'll get back to that. What about Aster?
What am I doing?
What's Aster doing?
What's Esther doing?
Yeah.
Esther's looking Oleander dead in the face and going, "You want some sunflower seeds,
I
you
need you to stop
motherfucker?"
talking like that immediately.
That is not what Aster sounds like.
No, that's not what Esther sounds like.
It is now.
Imagine, like, just to Oleander, he's like, "This is my real voice.
some sunflower seeds, man.
Okay, Tom
I'm actually
Waits.
I'm actually hundreds of years old, you fuck.
This turns into fucking Red Dead Revolver character.
I'm older
Red
than
Dead
Prospero.
Okay, no. Rewind. I think now that we're like in a quiet space, it's all kind of catching up to him. Because between the book shit and the shy shit and the Valenta shit and the Strahda shit and now the Oleander shit.
A lot of shit.
I think it's all caught up to him, and he's like a bit overwhelmed. So he's going to, honest to God, find a corner and like fidget spin for like a hot minute while looking out a window. You know, just kind of really just drop the guard and really let it loose. Probably, yeah, like take a walk down the hall.
Oleander would go to like follow, but then like sees he's like out of it, and he's like, "That rat needs some time alone. I'm just gonna sit."
Reina
That
is
rat needs
gonna
therapy.
follow Aster, but she's gonna check in with Ireena first to make sure that she's okay.
I'm fine. Go ahead and make sure he's all right.
I'll only be a moment.
I'll keep an eye on our new guest.
Good.
Oleander gives a wink. It's not a flirty wink, it's a smart-ass wink. You know that.
All winks are horny to a degree.
No.
So
Incorrect.
at this point, everybody except Oleander and Ireena have left the room. So as that happens and Oleander is kind of awkwardly there, Ireena will speak up as soon as everyone else is out and says, "I'm sorry about them.
Reina is gonna shoulder check Oleander on the way out. I just wanna.
He is sitting, so
Rude.
feel free.
Fuck!
That's very rude.
Just hip check the chair.
Yeah,
on your
just
way
like
out.
boop, on the back of the head.
As you like leave, you hear Ireena say, "Reina, be nice." I'm really sorry. They're a bit overprotective, as you might have guessed. We've had a rough day. We've had a rough week. We've had a rough month, to be perfectly honest, Oleander.
You guys all keep each other in check.
To a certain extent, yes. Nobody's. Well, I can't say that nobody's trying to kill each other, but we've all come together at the end of the day.
That's good.
Madame Eva really sent you.
I suppose she has. I mean, after the little bit of the magical brain aneurysm I had, if she brought me back, there must have been a reason.
Said that about all of them as well. I'm from Barovia originally. I think I'm the only one who's originally from here. Reina's Vistani, she's a wanderer, but the rest of them are from elsewhere. And they all died in rather terrible ways.
Well,
So they're a bit fidgety.
they've all died once.
I think so. At least only once that I'm aware of. We've had a few close calls since then, but just the once. You?
Died?
Just the once?
Ish?
I feel like I want to ask you to elaborate on that one, but
He lifts up his shirt, revealing a very similar scar that she has of a sword being run through.
unfortunate.
Yes, ish. But besides that, I'm happy to stay on the outskirts and be needed only when I'm wanted. So if you need any help with any information or anything, I am a good treasure trove of many monsters and atrocities in many areas. So,
We have a friend like that, actually.
a friend.
Yes, he's a... And she seems to, like, think for a second and just says, he's a wandering bard who knows a lot of stories. He goes by the name of Rictavio. He knows a lot about a bunch of different monsters and such.
Do I know that name?
You're probably aware that's one of his aliases.
Okay. Good. Okay.
He comes and goes. Right now he's goes.
Good. Well, it's good to have multiple eyes. If he's good.
Another loud blast of thunder drowns out your words.
I think that's my cue to shut up. So.
I mean, it's been like this for a bit. I don't think it was targeted. Although I guess stranger things have happened here in Barovia.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, the people that you keep certainly have trust issues, which warranted. I will be of help however I am needed, and when I am not needed, I will be silent unless a smart-ass comment is needed.
Well, you can at least count on me to make up for the trust where they don't have any.
I mean, it's valid. A strange elf with dark clothes walks in, refuses to lower their cowl. Why would you trust something like that?
I am curious. Are you sure you don't want to show me?
He looks around, and he pulls down his cowl.
She gives a bit of a start, but just kind of looks more intrigued than anything.
He puts it back up.
It's... You might get along well with Ashai, actually. I know she seems prickly, but she has similar interests.
We'll see. Based on what I've seen, I don't think she'll like me at all.
I mean, to be fair, Ashai doesn't like much of anyone, really, but...
A bit more than that. But I will do my best to show my best side, or best foot, whatever that saying is.
I think you blended about 3 of them together, but we'll make it work.
Yeah, workshop it.
Smash cut over to Clara and Ezmerelda.
I guess we head back to Ezmerelda's room, wherever she was staying.
I mean, she was staying in, like, the barracks with you guys. But you could go, like, to one of the... Let's just say you go... Let's say the armory downstairs.
I remember her joking about getting a private room next to the private room Prospero was in so she could annoy specifically him.
She did, but she never actually went through with it.
Oh, man.
Okay. She dragged you away, or you drag her away, rather, into the armory, and, like, she locks the door behind you and just kind of, like, rubs her eyes and her palms. Contraceptives, really? Was that the best?
I mean, to be honest, the reputation we've got from you so far is that you were kind of manipulative and a little bit seductive. Oh, I don't know. I thought it was believable.
Doesn't matter, really. The while everything was going on in the yard, I went found there was a switch in Martikov's room that opened the secret door that Prospero found. There
Are
was
we in immediate danger from what was down there?
no, I don't think so. It was very well locked up, it looks like. I didn't get a very close look because I didn't know how long everything upstairs were going to take. I just took advantage of the opportunity while I was there, and they have something locked up in there.
A beast? A monster?
I think it was an angel.
What?
It had wings, and it radiated this pure light, and it was trapped in some kind of arcane circle that kept it. I don't know. I didn't get a close look, but
Golden light?
yes,
I know what they're doing.
what?
Shit. Oh, God. Ah! When I was with... I forgot her
Siegfried.
name. God. When I was with Siegfried. In the back of a cupboard. There were potions. Golden ones. I couldn't tell what they were. They had divine power. I'm holding the angel here. To harvest it. Maybe their intentions were good, but maybe it's to keep a curse at bay, to protect their people, but
I don't know.
it shouldn't be like this. An angel?
That is what I saw. I could be wrong, but I don't think I was.
No.
Should we tell the others?
Not tonight. Everybody's nerves are frayed thin as they are. And from the sound of it, the creature isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So,
Fair enough.
let's let them get some rest. But we will tell them.
Maybe we need to do something to relax. I don't know. Maybe I can. I don't know. Prospero has his alcohol. We could drink. We could do. I don't know. Maybe I could do readings for some. I don't know. Maybe we just should go to sleep.
Clara snaps her cat into her hands, and she's just like,
Ezmerelda just kind of like pats her back.
I think it's so much more complicated than I thought before I left. Before I left home.
Didn't think anything in Barovia is simple.
No. I want to trust the Martikovs so bad, but it's not right.
No, it isn't.
You said golden lights. Did you, in an arcane trap, did you catch any other details?
Not really. I mean, I can show you where the switch was later if you, but I don't know if we'll have have it as unguarded as it was this night ever again. But
Well,
I don't know, some kind of ritual entrapment, arcane circle, something. I don't know.
we did just get a sneaky looking new friend, so I don't know. Maybe we have another ace up our sleeve if we need to stage a rescue mission. They might know something about magic too.
All right.
But yeah,
I definitely need to go to sleep.
yeah. Go get some rest. Find a drink. I don't know.
I think
I'm
I'll
going
go
to-
steal Prospero's.
Oh, easy on him. He's been through a lot. Whatever went on between you two, he seemed really upset.
Make a sense motive check.
Oh. Wait for Foundry to load again. Is that just blind perception?
Yeah. Ba. There's her sheet. There's her stats. There's her stats. Wow. That's exactly her deception DC. You guys are hitting so many, like, exactly DC things today. This is very good.
Hey, right.
She hesitates when you say, like, I don't know what went on between you two, but he really seemed to be upset by it. She, like, hesitates for a second, and before she just said, no, I suppose you're right. Something's off.
I'd like to be friends with you. If we could, but he's part of my team, and frankly, right now he is going to come first, so I'm going to be on his side.
I suppose it's a bit hypocritical to figure out the Martikov secrets and not tell you mine. She leans in real close. Even, like, where you guys are, where, like, you don't think anybody's overhearing you, she seems to get, like, real close. Like, she really, really doesn't want anyone else to hear this. And she just whispers, I don't actually know Prospero. He, I think, mistook me for someone else, and I saw an opportunity to get in easy with you all, and I just ran with it. And I made up everything. I don't know Prospero. I don't know what ring he's looking for.
Do I believe her?
With your 24, you now sense she is now being truthful. I did actually go to Castle Ravenloft, and everything that happened there was true, and I just kind of saw it as an opportunity to get your help to get in there, and I'm not a treasure hunter either. I'm a monster hunter. Fuck it. In for a penny, in for a pound. I was Van Richten's protege.
That doesn't. Somehow that does not surprise me. You are both enough of an asshole to be on the same team.
I did learn from the best.
He gave you some acting skills too, huh?
Well, you've seen his Rectavio, I imagine.
Yes.
I was actually looking for him a bit. I heard that he was here dealing with vampires, and I was trying to get information. Went into Castle Ravenloft, got into something a bit above my pay grade, as is my wont, and had to book it out.
Well, if you do want to hang around with us, if you do want to help, you're going to have to tell him eventually who you really are. I want to believe the best in people. That is how I operate, because I lost my hope once, and I almost lost my life because of it. So if I don't believe in the possibility that at their heart people are good and want to be better, then I wouldn't be here. So
Well, VR and
I
I
would like to support you.
we didn't part on the best of terms, but it was at least amicable. I just thought that he could use some backup with this. He's very much a go-it-alone kind of man.
So it would seem. Is your name really Ezmerelda?
Yes, it is Ezmerelda.
Well, it's nice to meet you, protege of Rectavio.
Well, maybe that's also something that can wait for tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, I really need to get
My
to sleep
teachers
now.
used to say never make any major life decisions after 9 p.m.
It's well past that at this point, I'm sure.
It sounds like it is time for bed.
Does that mean I probably shouldn't have told you that until tomorrow morning? Whatever, it's too late now.
Well, I mean, there's also the hearthside conversations. So, I don't know.
We'll deal with it tomorrow. Hopefully the storm breaks.
Sleep well.
You as well.
I hope to see you once the sun rises.
I might be his protege, but I'm not Van Richten, and I'm not going to just peace out on you all. It's not my style.
Appreciate
And
it.
she leaves, go back up to bed.
Gay, homosexual, gay.
Gay, homosexual, gay. Smash cut over to Aster and Reyna.
Asta,
What?
are you doing all right?
There's a lot that's happened in the span. I was waiting for the thunder to go away.
I know. It's loud and obnoxious. I don't know why the storm has gotten so bad. Reyna's gonna instinctually cover Aster's ears as she hears it start crackling.
He like jumps towards you and is like,
Do you want to talk about anything? I just, first of all, don't want you alone right now, but second of all, want to make sure you're all right.
again, there's so much. I mean, there's the entity of death that is residing in this land. There's the whole plans with Strahda. There's the like weird energy about a shy that might be tied to the storm tonight. There's gonna be the fact that like Volenta almost killed Ireena, and then Strahda came out of nowhere and killed one of her closest kin, but there's like a favoritism thing going on, and then we have a new person, and then he like rambles on.
There's a lot going on, I know.
And I think I'm getting sick because my nose is runny and I can't stop blowing it. It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
no,
Oh no,
Asta.
Aster got sick.
After
He got a
sick, I know.
cold.
Perhaps we can ask Clara to help with that.
No, if only it was that easy, but I have to wait and just take drugs.
Oh.
The sunflower seed.
I need sunflower seed.
What did you say about a shy being tied to the storm?
Those are mine. You're correct. Those are my seeds. Anyway,
Please don't talk about your seeds ever.
I'd
again.
not like that. No, thank you. Anyway, have I talked to you about the? Can we go somewhere that's like not open to the elements in this
Sure.
hallway? Okay, we find
Like a room or something.
a room. Yeah,
There's
that's
other
not
rooms,
really
yeah.
being ramshacked and fucked in.
Okay.
You're one of them, you whore.
Yeah, it was in the,
You whore.
friggin' barracks.
No, we're going to the Radix. Hey yo. Yeah, we find a room. He gets settled in whatever chair, couch, or bed there is. I forget. It feels like it's been months. Did I tell you about this? Like eyeball.
I don't. Over the table, I cannot remember, so I'm gonna say no.
I can't remember either.
I'm gonna say no.
I don't think
I
so,
remember
yeah.
telling Clara. I remember telling Ashai. I don't remember telling.
Yeah, me
Yeah, I think
either.
it was just those two.
Okay.
What is that?
Well, firstly, it's my eyeball, so that's
Well,
very rude.
I didn't mean it like that. I just sorry.
I've always had. It's always been this. It just had a red eye, and it's. Long story short, I've just seen differently with it sometimes, and if I focus and I use it, I could see things. It just not something I can control or want to or understand. It also hurts sometimes when I use it too much.
You've had it your
Also, I
whole
get
life.
really weird nightmares and voices in my head when I use it too much. So
That's concerning. That one. That part.
yeah, I know. I just stopped using it and it went away. So I think I'm okay. But anyway, I'm starting to use it again, and I looked at Ashai and I saw like a weird static field around her. I mean, I saw the general aura of vampirism, which I didn't think I could clock, but I could apparently. But there was like another kind of like static aura kind of
Do
thing.
you think she's the reason for the storm?
I don't know. I mean, I could look at her again and see if it got bigger or stronger. Again, I don't want to do this too often. I don't know what's going to
No,
happen if I do.
I'm sure it's fine.
Okay, but also, while we're on the topic, I looked at Oleander, and they have a weird thing on them, too.
Really?
The best I could piece together is it's some sort of spell or curse.
They're cursed.
I can't tell much outside of that. It just seemed really intense.
How do you feel about Oleander?
I don't know. I was taught to not judge a book by its cover, and that cover is dark and broody as the rest of you. Oh, here we are. Also, they didn't seem hostile. They just seemed... Fucking word did they say?
Indifferent.
Suspicious. Indifferent and suspicious. It's a two-way street. We don't know them, they don't know us.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yes. There's a lot going on. There's a lot on a to-do list going from here.
And I feel like there's gonna be more the more I look into that book.
Right.
I don't really want to do, but also it's super late.
No, I think we should go to bed.
Yeah, but the storm.
Do you want to cuddle tonight?
No.
Are you lying?
No.
All right, you don't have to cuddle with me.
You're being weird. He runs out of the room.
No, you're being weird.
No, it's...
No, you!
Thunder thunder and lightning hits again. He walks back in the room and he goes,
Reyna's gonna pick him up and carry him like a child back into the barracks.
I thought you were also gonna bridal carry me.
Oh, sure. I mean, that doesn't. I feel like holding you like a child would be more like you being close.
I was thinking more like an unruly cat.
Oh, that too.
Yes.
Air jail.
Anytime
my
I-
cat like
No,
babies.
Reyna puts Aster in air jail.
Actually, I
Anytime-
decided that I do want to snuggle tonight.
anytime lightning strikes, the tail just fucking flips and slaps at you. I'm like, ah! You're like, Mister, what the fuck?
Terrible. And last but not least, a shy.
Shy just finds a place to sit down and takes out the mask. She's staring at it and she starts to cry.
You're probably, considering that everybody is having their own conversations, you're probably like under the overhang in the yard, where it's still like dry. You're protected from most of the rain, but it's the only place that you're not going to run into anyone else. How is the shy feeling right now, given everything?
Aimless and angry.
You feel that anger. Who is it directed toward right now?
Strahda, herself, and just like a little bit mad at Ireena.
There's all these emotions going through you, but that anger seems to be being pulled to the forefront. This simmering rage, like the feeling of feeling your hair stand up on end just before a lightning strike. You feel this tension in the air. There's another blast of lightning, and you feel yourself, there's a tug to walk out into the rain again.
Walk out
Just-
there.
Immediately, again, just there's this gale that hits you, but you don't. It hits you and you feel the pressure, but you no longer feel as if it's trying to move you. It almost feels like you are standing against the wind. The rain hits you. You feel that static electricity around you. You look up and you can see the clouds almost swirling around the abbey. As if like a tornado could start at any moment.
feel like she just lets herself get angrier.
Anger builds in you, angrier and angrier against everything. You feel anger at Strahda. You feel that glimmer of anger at Ireena. How dare she let herself be taken so easily? How dare Strahda take your revenge from you? How dare Reyna reject you? How dare Oleander walk in and act like he can just join you all as if he was part of you from the beginning? How dare Aster be as unaffected by this as anyone? How dare Clara act like she's the leader of you all? How dare she act like she can tell you what to do? How dare Prospero fight you and force you to give up secrets that you were keeping for reasons? It's all building and building. You feel the electricity surround you. And even without any kind of trance or sleep vision, you swear in your mind's eye you can see that being, that living storm cloud that you saw before, that reached out to you once. You feel the same rage simmering in it. This unbridled wrath of power. You feel a choice. And all you need to do to accept it is raise the blade, the spark blade. And you know that that being will give you any power that you need to make that anger a reality. To get revenge on the people that have done you wrong.
Like she's just heavy breathing in the rain, just pulls it out, and like with a trembling hand lifts it into the air.
Everybody, you feel the Abbey shake as one last bolt of lightning dust falls from the rafters in the barracks as a bolt of lightning strikes the spark blade, and you feel the lightning course through you directly into the ground. And the storm stops. The clouds become calm, the rain starts to dissipate, no more lightning lights up the sky. You see the blade in your hand has turned a brilliant yellow gold, the same color as lightning.
I just stare at it for a little while.
You see in your mind's eye a path up a mountain covered in snow, and what looks like a very old, dilapidated temple built into the mountain. And you know in your mind exactly how to get there, to the Amber Temple.
Noted.
And the presence fades, but the feeling of power lingers.
She'll go back inside.
You walk inside, no longer wet from the rain. You can almost feel your hair kind of... It's not standing out like you were just electrocuted, but you can feel the static coursing through your body. And you don't think it's ever going to go away. Everyone else, you have just heard this monumental lightning strike hit the Abbey. What are you guys doing? I think Ireena immediately jumps as she was getting settled in with Reyna and Aster and just grabs Reyna.
Reyna's gonna run over to the window to look outside, make sure there's no fire.
And I'll run to the wall. To the wall.
The sweat
Till
drops
the-
down my balls.
I think at that time, Clara was unlocking the armory door and just getting ready to step outside.
You look at Olander, yeah.
Oleander was told that he was not allowed to sleep with them, so he is already outside finding a nice tree.
There's other
think-
rooms.
There-
Don't sleep by
I
a
was
tree.
told not to sleep there, so I am finding a nice tree to sleep in.
I did
Until
just
I
leave
knew,
the
like-
room. It's not anymore.
Because you all look outside the windows to see the storm preternaturally subside. Immediately, the rain within a minute stops, comes to a complete halt. The clouds mostly dissipate. The lightning, no more. And anyone looking out, you just see a Shy walking into the building.
It seems to be everything's okay and the storm's letting up.
Is her hair yellow too?
Please say no.
No.
Be a terrible
Um,
combo.
Not you having to redraw her.
Dude, I dare you.
But I don't want to do new art, guys.
We're like, please don't change her.
Are you kidding me? Girlie, you draw her 30 times a day.
It's
That's
true.
yeah.
Yeah, but
That
yellow
tracks.
hair just sounds offensive with everything
It's been a
else she has
clash
going
with your
on.
gray.
You just don't like blondes.
The red for
You're
sure.
telling
That
me
would
right
look
Yeah,
really
now.
I
bad.
do. I hate blondes. I'm sorry, guys.
I figured that makes sense.
Oleander sees a Shy walk back outside, walk back inside, and goes, "That's above my pay grade," and is just going to continue settling in.
That's none of my business.
Not my
Not my
monkeys,
monkeys,
not my barrel.
circus.
Yeah,
Barrel.
if it is something that I need to be concerned about, they will tell me. Until that point, I will still continue preparing on this nice branch I found.
Understandable.
I guess Clara will follow over towards the barracks, and
The Radix.
Ashai said she was heading there, right?
Yeah, I
Or
assume
just-
at this point
just
everyone except Oleander is
housing.
heading to bed.
Yeah. If Shy doesn't seem outwardly big upsetty spaghetti, she'll leave it alone because we've all been through a
Yeah,
lot
no.
this evening, and I think we all just need to fucking sleep.
Even she's smiling right now. I don't know which is worse.
Wait a minute. That's not right. A Shy smiling?
That's not good.
I hate that.
Clara just going towards her stuff. Is that dangerous for us or for them?
What do you mean?
You've found an answer. And what you've always wanted was the power to take revenge. your revenge directly is taken from you. So, you got the power. I just want to know where you're going to be directing it. Believe you. Rest well.
You too.
Are you in the room? Like our room?
I feel like we were like heading towards the door, and like as we were saying goodnight, we were entering.
Can you remind me if we're all in the same room because it's a barracks?
Yes, except
It's
for
the one
Oleander.
room.
Thank
Prospero.
you. Okay.
And
And
Prospero,
Prospero.
because he didn't want to deal
Prospero.
with
And
I
as-
just started taking shots after that fight.
Can I do the? Can I just like under the covers like peek my head out and like look at a shy and look at a shy
Mhm.
specifically to see if the aura I saw before is bigger now.
First, make me a will save.
That's fair. I did just talk about I'm using it way too damn much.
Shame. Anyway, this tree
Damn
looks
shame.
very nice. Yeah, damn shame. Anyway, this tree looks
You're
nice.
lucky the storm stopped, Oleander.
Oh, I would have slept in the storm.
Kerchow.
You feel a pain in your eye. And you notice the bedsheet below you is now stained with a drop of blood.
Ah,
But your eye sees a shy. That undercurrent of vampirism is still there, but the static around her is now like a full-fledged electrical current.
okay.
But otherwise still friendly. Her emotional state is probably actually a lot more stable than you've seen her before, which again is probably troublesome.
Remind me, does a shy sleep anymore?
She
No.
does, yeah.
4
Okay.
hours instead of 8.
As
Vampires
we're
do
getting
still need
ready
to
for
sleep, yeah.
bed, as we're getting ready for bed, Clara kind of looks longingly at the pile of 3 in the one bed, and then she just kind of has her blanket in her hand, and then she looks at a shy. I don't want to be alone after that.
I like look around. No, like that's all of us in here, right? The 3
Yeah.
of them in a pile, and then just
Then Ezmerelda in one of the bunks.
Real friends cuddle.
Is
For sure.
Aster cuddling with Ireena and Reyna?
You literally put me in bed with you.
Oh, okay, sure.
Is that not what you did?
No, but like,
That was
yeah,
what you were
now.
setting up.
No, but like, yeah, totally, yes.
Oh,
Yes, and.
yes, yes, and correct.
Shy just like looks around to make sure nobody is watching this. Like lifts up the covers for you to come sleep.
You gotta keep up that
With
tough
my
guy look.
dog every night.
Just, I am not very warm anymore. But,
It's not about that. I thought we were going to lose Ireena, and as Clara just like settles in, she's not trying to snuggle up. She just wants to be near someone and know that someone else is near her. It reminded me how strong our enemies are and how easily I could lose any of you. I don't want to be alone again.
want to be.
Thank you. Clara, she closes her eyes and gets ready to sleep, and she just kind of puts one hand over Ashai's. Not touching her any other way, just that.
You all.
I was gonna say, I wait for Clara to fall asleep and kind of like tuck her into the covers and
Spoon her!
put an arm
Spoon
around her
her!
shoulders. Fall asleep.
Looking like a sad dog outside watching his family eat dinner.
Not you looking out
Lady
the
in the
window being
tramp
like,
ass.
I didn't say you had to sleep outside. To be
You said I
fair,
couldn't sleep with you.
you can't sleep in this room.
but Madame Ava said I could.
You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah. He has taken a rope, settled it on a branch, kind of like, you know how Katniss Everdeen like wrapped herself on the fucking branch? That's
Yeah.
exactly what he's doing. He has his bow and arrow set nicely on his lap, and he is sleeping like that.
So your magic Katniss.
He is understanding his place in this party.
You all
You
go to
will
sleep.
be my friend, and that is not a choice.
Right,
This is a
same
threat.
hat. Same hat.
You all go to sleep after a very long night. Oleander, as you fall asleep, all the terrible things that happened to you feel like to you were just yesterday. Your dreams are not pleasant. You see his face twisted in fury and disgust. You see the bodies of your packmates, your friends, your loves, all on the ground. You feel such a conflicting mess of emotions. You feel despair at the loss, but the love is still there. So recent, so fresh, it's still... You can still feel it, you can still taste it. There's so much more in the world that you can't let yourself be held down by the despair. There's more things to love, more people to love. You will never forget who you had and what you had, but such is life. Nothing lasts forever. You all get a long rest. And that is where we are going to wrap up for tonight. Thank you all for joining us tonight in this terrible mess of a world called Barovia. Welcome to Oleander, who I hope will get to show off his skills a little more next time. But until that time, we will see you. I'm not sure if we'll be next week or the week after. I don't know. Schedules are a little weird because of the holidays. We'll figure it out. We'll let you know. But thanks for joining us tonight, either way. And we'll see you next time. Have a good night.